let's say we've got our bar that is worth 40. And then stack another bar below it. So they're not perfect rectangles. But we'll get the idea. Now this time is way different from last time. We got x, x, and we have 20. Okay. So this time now, we've got 2 x's and 20 equal 40. Pause the video. Can you write that as an equation, okay? So you can write that as equations. Have a think about it. And equation can be written a few different ways as well. So it's telling me the same thing. Pause the video, see if you can do it. Okay, so you could have, there's quite a few ways, but I'll do the most common ones that a lot of people would do. So 40 equals x plus 20. You could have that one. Or you could have wrote it as 20 plus x equals 40. They're the two most common ways. And you could put them x and 20 the way around. You could put x plus 20 plus x, or 20 plus x plus x. You know, there's a few different ways you could have put that. Just so you know, these two would shorten down. So I'll just take this bottom one here to 20 plus 2x equals 40. Okay, that would simplify to that one. And like again, this one would go 40 equals 2x plus 20. Yeah, remember when we did that? 2x is added together, make 2x. Right, now we've got this. Some of you might have already solved actually. But if you want to pause the video and see, can you figure out what x is? Okay, so you should have paused the video and had a little go yourself. Right, I will do this just over here. I like to put these little lines on just to box it off, just so it doesn't get too confusing. You can see where I'm looking to start. Okay, I'm going to get a different pen as well, just so then you can see what I'm doing. Right, let's go. We'll do this bottom one here. I'm going to write this as 2x plus 20 equals 40. Okay, that is the same as that. I've just moved the 2x and 20. You can do that like 10 add 4 is the same as 4 add 10. Okay, I just moved them. Right, so solving this, okay. We'll relate it back to this as well. The easy way first is to do with this plus 20 first. This is what we've got to do first. What's the inverse? Remember, inverse means opposite. Inverse means opposite. I'll write this up here in purple, yeah. Inverse, really important word, yeah. Like every person, we always have our keywords. Yeah, every hero has a keyword they always go by. Inverse means opposite. Right, that's what we need to remember. So, adding 20. What is the inverse of adding 20? Well, that is subtracting 20. And we always do it to both sides, just like when I'm in the gym, I'm pumping iron on the chest press. If I take off 10 kilograms from this side and not from this side, I'm going to be doing it like this. I don't want that. I like to look symmetrical, okay? I don't want to have one side of my chest a lot bigger than the other. It's like if you're lifting dumbbells in the gym, you're not going to have a 20 size dumbbell and a 10, yeah? Because that'll just be ridiculous. To be honest, I'll be amazed if I could lift a 20 kilogram dumbbell. That's extreme, that is heavy. For me anyway, I know some people out there could, I couldn't. Right, now tuck 20 from both sides. So I'm left with 2x equals 40 minus 20 is 20. Yeah, 20 minus 20 is 0. You could put a plus 0 there, but you don't need to. Right, so 2 times something equals 20. So then, what's the inverse, opposite of multiplying? That's dividing. Yeah, so then we are going to divide by 2. So then x or something equals 10. So, in terms of this bar then, we can see these x's both have a value of 10. So 10 add 20 equals 40. Yeah? Now, I'm going to do one. I'm going to give you an equation. I want to see if you can put it into a bar. Okay, so let's box this off here. So, your equation I'm going to give you is 3x plus 5 equals 23. Okay, so pause the video. Can you draw the two bars there? Okay, so you should have paused it, at least had a go, just to see how far I can get. That's the main thing, really. See the lid's over there. Right, so 2 bars. it doesn't matter if you put the 23 on top or the bottom, it's still the same, okay? I personally just like to do it this way. So then that's 5, and then 3x or 3x's. There we go. Just one little key bit I always tell my students, because some of you might be wondering, why are you doing your x's like that? Yeah? And the reason, I'll do this in a different colour. Let's go into blue. So I'll do it right over here. So if you have your x's, if you do your x's like an x like this, x times x times x, that just looks, you've no idea what's going on there, have you? Yeah, I don't know what x is, multiplies, you just don't know. However, if you do it like this, x times x times x, it's a lot clearer, yeah? So I'll leave that there, and that's just why I do my x's like that, and I always encourage my students to do that. So think of the Coco Chanel sign. That helps me, helps to remember it. I always tell it to my students, think Coco Chanel as you do it. Yeah, really important we do it that way. Right, now I've cleared that up. Now, we've made our equation. Well, we've got the equation, we've made our bars even. Now, let's solve it. So we've got 3x plus 5 equals 23. If you think you can solve it now, pause the video and have a go. See how much you can do yourself, because that's the whole part of learning, okay? So now the inverse of adding 5 is subtracting 5. So just like the bars here, we take that 5 off, we'll know that this amount here makes these 3x's. So minus 5 from both sides. We're then left with 3x equals 18. And now what's the inverse of multiplying by 3? Remember, a number next to a letter, I'll do this in blue pen again. A number next to a letter, so 3x equals, oh that's a bad x, that one. 3x equals 3 times x, yeah? Just put these key parts in blue, just so you remember they're really key things. It just helps our presentation of our work and keeps us on track. So, the inverse of multiplying by 3 is dividing by 3. Key presentation and working out will help you, because if you make a mistake, you can go back and look through your work. So then x, remember Coco Chanel, equals 6. And that's that one solved. Right, let's box this one off. And I'm going to give you one now. No boxes now, you've had the boxes. I'm going to move on. So I'm going to give you another one now. So this time, I'll leave them there to help you, remember. I'm going to change it to a y this time. Yeah, 4y plus 8 equals 48. Okay, so pause the video. Let's see if you can do that one. Okay, so you should have paused the video and had a go. So it's the opposite. The inverse of adding 8 is subtracting 8. And then we bring it down. So 4y equals 40. The inverse of multiplying by 4 is dividing by 4. I like to say these things over and over again, just to make sure it drills it, we get it in our heads then, okay? Because then when you get to an exam, it is just boom, 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 bang, bang, done, yeah? Because the two-step equation, because it's 2 steps. 1, 2, answer, yeah? 1, 2, answer. 1, 2, answer, yeah? That's why it's a 2-step equation, because normally it's at least 2 marks, 2 steps of working. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to clean the board, and then I'm going to go through a few more different ones, okay? Just so you see a good variety. Right. I have a lovely clean board now. I've left the key parts on here, because I do not want you to forget them. They are very important, right? And I always tell my students have a key information that they've got to know for that lesson. That's so important, and it'll get you through life knowing this stuff. Right, next one. Let's step it up that little bit more, okay? So we've got 10. Wow, I'm going to throw the minuses in now. Yeah, a bit of subtract. Minus 4 equals, so 66. Don't know what that random noise was before, but pause the video, have a go at that one. Right, should pause and have a go. I'm hoping a lot of you, I know some of you have made a mistake on this. I already know what it would be, but let's see. So, the inverse of subtracting 4 is adding 4. I feel like I sound like a broken record going through all this, but then again, it's the key to remembering things, doing stuff again and again and again, and just going over it until you don't even have to think about it. That's the place you want to be, okay? Just like learning an instrument, riding a bike, walking. Which one of you thinks about walking? You just do it, yeah? Because you've done it that much, it's something you don't need to think about anymore. You're that good at it. Like breathing, we just do it. Yeah? just like equations, you solve them, smash them. Right, 10 times something equals 70. What's the inverse of multiplying by 10? That's dividing by 10. So then we're left with y equals 70 divided by 10 is 7. Yeah, 10 divided by 10 is 1, so that'll technically be 1y. Okay, that's why they cancel each other out as another term people use. So there's that one. Done. Boxed off. Let's do another one like that. Why not? Let's go 8. Let's roll a different word. Yeah, different word, different letter. 8m minus 2 equals 78 we'll go for. Okay, pause the video. Have a go at that one. Okay, you should pause it. How'd it go? Right, inverse of subtracting 2 is adding 2. So then we're left with 8m equals 80. Inverse of multiplying by 8 is dividing by 8. So then m equals 10. Hope you like my running commentary. There you go. You know, if you're getting this, fantastic. It shows that you're learning now. You're starting to get it. Let's take it a little bit more to that next step. There's so many varieties of two-step equations. You know, I could go on for hours talking about equations. Love them. But I'm probably going to make another video for more than really advanced ones, okay? But for now, we're just getting the most common ones you see, okay? And this links to more topics as well, because you're actually, you know, even angles and parallel lines and things, you got to make equations. So many topics where you do. Right, let's step it up that bit more. So let's say if I'm going to use a different letter now. Why not? Let's do it. E divided, remember line of fraction means divide, by 2 plus 4 equals 10. Let's see, remember, divide, E divided by 2. That line of fraction, I'm going to write it actually. Why not? Just to remind you, means divide. The line in a fraction means divide. Okay? Right, pause it. Let's see how far I get on that one. Okay, so should I pause it? If you didn't know where to begin, I'm just going to give you a little clue. Deal with this adding 4 first. Okay, so if you think you know now, pause it, carry on. Okay. So the inverse of adding 4 is subtracting 4. So then we are left with something divided by 2 equals 6. Now we've got a one-step equation similar to the last video. Something divided by 2 equals 6. The opposite, inverse of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2. So then we are left with E equals 12. So there's your answer. Right, let's box it off. I don't think the boxes. I love boxing things off these days. Right, so I'm going to do one more now, okay? I'm going to flip this equation a bit the other way. Let's see if we can do this one. So 7 equals, oh, I've done it the other way around now. Right, let's go for D over 3 subtract 5. Okay, let's see now. It's going to separate the people I've been watching, the people that have been drifting and coasting. Right, pause the video, have a go. Okay, so let's see who knows the stuff. Should have done the inverse of subtracting 5, which is adding 5. So 7 plus 5, that's 12. So we're left with something divided by 3 equals 12. So then, what's the inverse of dividing by 3? Well, that's multiplying by 3. So then, we're left with 36 equals D. Remember, algebra could be any letter, yeah? So, it's important that you see it with D, E, F, G. Okay, so, this video we've done some two-step equations. There is other varieties of two-step equations that I will go through involving brackets and other more complicated like ones with fractions, but I'm going to do another video on that, okay, because otherwise it's going to be like a massive video of like hours. Okay, so I'll do it in 2 separate videos. I hope we've gained something from this. Importantly, you know, we've got a lot of understanding of the bar modelling, how to create the equation, how to solve the equation. You got your key points here that I've gone through. So this has been Master Jacko. I hope you've enjoyed it. You know, subscribe, comment, let me know if you like the videos. If you don't, you know, let me know. If you think little changes I can do, just let me know so I can make those changes. So this has been Master Jacko, I'm Bradley Jackson, your online maths teacher. Take care. I'll see you next time.